Me? Oh, yes, good Lord, of course. Vienna. Well, it's wonderful.
Located 100 miles north of Los Angeles and overlooking the Pacific Ocean, the Santa Barbara City College Theater Group brings together talent from the student and community ranks to produce 5 fully mounted shows a year. How do they do it? Well, it's anything but easy. Over the next 40 minutes, we'll take you behind the scenes, into the shops, the design rooms, offices, rehearsal halls, and dressing rooms to see just what kind of group effort it takes to produce a piece of quality theater. And believe me, it's a monumental task. Producers, designers, cutters, stitchers, hairdressers, hat makers, carpenters, welders, electricians, marketing people, clerical staff, sound engineers, and of course actors all come together with a common goal: to produce a hit play. It takes about 8 weeks of intense labor by more than 50 people working an average of 40 hours a week to mount a large show like On the Razzle. But even though the hours are long and the work is at times grueling, it is, for the most part anyway, a labor of love. Heading up this theatrical journey is the director, whose job is to develop a single unified vision for the play and then create an environment which encourages everyone involved to perform at their artistic best. So come along with us for a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Santa Barbara City College Theater Group's production of Tom Stoppard's witty farce, On the Razzle. On the Razzle was first performed in London in 1982. It is adapted from the same popular 19th century Viennese farce that inspired Thornton Wilder's The Matchmaker and ultimately the musical hit Hello Dolly. Set in the late 19th century, On the Razzle follows the exploits of 2 assistant grocers who decide to live like the upper crust and go on the razzle for a day in Vienna, dodging their employer and a host of others in pursuit of wine, women, and song. Weeks before a line is uttered or a piece of scenery is constructed, members of the artistic team of the production meet and decide how the show is going to look, sound, and feel. Inevitably, they go through a series of intense meetings, poring over research on the period and closely examining the script to come up with specific solutions to the problems that are presented by the play. Photos and sketches of scenery and costumes are discussed and altered over a period of weeks until finally the scenic designer, costume designer, and director establish a visual plan that fits within the theater's budget.
You know, that's what I said.
Then the designers head off to their respective studios to complete their final designs.
But this is big right now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
that's a huge unit right here.
It is huge.
And the director heads off to rehearsal hall to begin auditions.
I doubt that we're going to be able to do it. When we were auditioning for On the Razzle, I think the most important thing is we needed to find funny people that matched up well together. It's really hard to teach comedy if people don't have a sort of natural comedy to them and a natural sense of timing to them. You can beat that into them in rehearsals, but it's not the same as a person who can feel the comedy and feel it. So we really needed to find a large number, 16 different actors, all of whom are pretty funny and many of whom have to be able to do physical humor as well.
It's all right, it's deserted.
Oh, August, we mustn't. It's not proper.
It's
It's all right. It's deserted. Courage, mon amour.
August, we mustn't. It's not proper.
Now's our chance. We can escape through the shop door while they're searching on the back.
But it's not proper.
Don't you love me?
You know I love you, but I don't want to run away.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. So so the audition process goes through two major steps. The first is a sort of quick cattle call where people make appointments, come in, and all by themselves in a little 5-minute block, they choose material that they want to audition with, and then they read opposite an assistant.
Well, I'm here to read opposite all the people who are auditioning so that they can have someone to talk to. It seems to be that the people who are more prepared, who've looked over the scene before they come in, tend to hold a better audition. They have a better idea of exactly what's going on in the scene and what they're actually supposed to be talking about with the other person. So that helps me in that I don't need to try and drag them along through their audition. You know, I can just read the other lines opposite them.
We had, what did we have, 85 people?
We had 3 nights of 5-minute appointments between 7 and 10 each night.
So
Whatever
what does that
breaks
work
down
out to? 90, almost 90 people.